bludgeoned in your bed. And now I know how Joan of Arc felt. Now I know how Joan of Arc felt. As the flames rose to her Roman nose and her Walkman started to melt.
The Independent Interiors Show is a brand new event concept that's been designed by myself and Vic. We basically saw a gap in the market in wanting to create a brand new event concept that brings affordable, luxury, unique products handmade by northern designers to a consumer market.
Yeah, so we have a great selection of designers on board for the show, over 20 at the moment, and they're all from either Manchester or Yorkshire, so there's a real northern feel to everyone that's taking part in the event. We have a broad range of products that will be available to buy on the day, from ceramics to screen prints, furniture, and also textiles as well, so there really is a product for everybody which will be available.
For a living, so I make mosaics, so smash up tiles and piece them back together to make artworks, mainly for interiors. A lot of my work is about typography, so I love font, I love the way like type can have its own sort of design, so I tend to look at phrases or words or sayings and create type-based mosaics. Manchester's a big influence on my work. The God is a Manc, which is one of the mosaics that I've done that's in Albert Square in Manchester. Mike's sort of written this tongue-in-cheek poem about God being from Manchester, which is a great poem, by the way. We took the mosaic to Manchester Cathedral. We got permission to take it and put it up at the altar, and in the cathedral there's this gorgeous orange stained glass window, which you can just see on the top of the book there. So we photographed the mosaic there, and it became the front cover of the book.
Don't need no skin types in my wardrobe today. Fold them all up, put them all away. Won't be no misfit in my household today. Pick him all up and send him on his way. Do what you're doing, say what you're saying.
Still going back to basics. It's about recycling. It's about seeing things that are familiar, stripping things back so they're not overcomplicated. And I guess it's also to do with the fact that, you know, most people now, many more people now, are living much more urban lives and in converted warehouses and lofts and factories and everything like that. So the architecture that they're surrounded by is not a Barratt home. It's not a 3-bedroom semi. It's they've got these massive pillars and rafters and all sorts in their properties. So they're going to want to put, you know, furniture that sort of matches that.
First ask questions later, that's the way it's gonna. Why don't I ask stupid questions? I told you not to follow.
The club scene here and the music is so amazing that it's definitely influenced the neon kind of palette, introducing lighting as well, because I've also got these pieces lit up with LED lighting. I've experimented with that kind of thing, but it's also where I visualise my work going, so eventually I'd like to get into set design, and also see these as sort of features behind kind of bars, and maybe more with the scene where people are starting to do art in clubs. I'd like to create interactive installations so people can interact and pull and move my work apart.
Birds of Play with Golden Remains. The basis of that, the inspiration, was when we was walking through Piccadilly Gardens in Manchester, and we saw these pigeons eating out of a KFC box, eating the chicken bones. And we wanted to, at first it was making the actual process of celebrating the bird in the urban environment, our winged neighbours, so to speak. And it kind of just evolved from there. We made a series of models and prototypes because we wanted to make the bird, but we wanted to make sure it was like designed well.
The interiors show for us is an opportunity to do a show that's one, local, and is about independence, you know, and I think that's a really good opportunity, and for us to meet new people and be in a different environment. You know, as makers, you tend to follow very similar routes to the kind of shows and galleries that you aim towards. So it's really nice to do something a bit different actually, and also that it's in the Northern Quarter. We really like the Northern Quarter. It's in a great venue.
Interiors for me is a bit like fashion, where you have the high end, you go into a shop and you'll buy something beautiful, but then you can also do the high street thing. Although, yes, charity shops, fantastic for buying furniture that people can't see the beauty in and then revitalising it, whether you repaint it or whatever you do to it, strip it back. The creative talent doesn't necessarily come from London, even though it may well gravitate there, you know, and the raw creative talent comes from all over the country, doesn't it? Scotland, England, Ireland, Wales, the North West, and there's a huge amount of talent in the North West. So I think to have this kind of, it's not a satellite show either, to actually have a standalone interiors show which celebrates that kind of talent in Manchester is really important for the city, and I'm really looking forward to being involved.